Most structures need blueprints for contractors, engineers, and workers to build properly and achieve the desired plan of the building. Much like that, blueprints play a vital role in service management as it provides a picture of how the service and related experiences are delivered. It allows the people involved from the top level management to those in the rank and file to have a view of what is to take place below the surface. And we're here to do the same. This is Service Blueprinting 101, bringing better life to service blueprints.
A service blueprint is a diagram that depicts the connection between various service components, people, props, physical or digital evidence, and processes that are linked to specific customer journey touchpoints. The length of this journey is up to you. If there are several different scenarios that the service can accommodate, you may have multiple blueprints for the same service. For example, if you run a restaurant, you might have a different service blueprints for ordering food for takeout versus dining in the restaurant. It should always have the business goal in mind, such as reducing redundancies, improving employee satisfaction, or bringing centralized processes together. From the perspective of the consumer, it is a method for simultaneously displaying the service process, places of client contact, and evidence of service. A service blueprint is an operational planning tool that specifies the physical evidence, employee action, and support system infrastructure required to deliver a service across its many channels.
Physical evidence is what the customers and even employee come into contact with. For example, this category comprises not just a physical venue such as the store or the company website, but also any signs, receipt, notice, or confirmation emails, and so on. Customer action are what the customers do when receiving service, like visiting the website or speaking with staff in person or over the phone. On-stage contact employee action are what the customers see and who they interact with. It may come in the form of technology. For example, employee may meet customers who visit the physical site or answer queries through chat. Backstage contact employee action are all other employees' operation, preparation, or responsibility that the customer do not see but which enable the service to be rendered. An example would be when employees compose materials for the website or email. Support process or internal tasks that assist employees who are providing service, such as third-party supplies who provide supplies and transportation service.
So here are the steps in building a blueprint. First, whether it's a main process or sub-process, it's important to identify what it is to be blueprinted and which process to start with. Next, customers have different needs and requirements. If the process varies, then it's important to blueprint these processes separately. Next, this step is an ideal starting point in building a blueprint. Customers' actions are depicted in sequence from start to finish. Next is that this stage maps the process from the point of view of the contact employee on stage and backstage. If technology is involved, map the actions on the technology interface. Fifth is this stage helps understand the direct and indirect impact of the internal actions on the customers. Lastly, this is where you highlight what the customer sees or receives as tangible evidence of the service during each step of their experience.
According to Phileb and Kep, there are two dimensions of a service blueprint. The horizontal axis reflects the chronology of actions taken by the service consumer and service provider. The vertical axis differentiates among various areas of action. Actions refers to all of the tasks performed by actors in a service blueprint. The things that the consumer sees and that affect the consumer's perception of every service quality are called props and physical evidence. As seen in a hotel stay example, boxes represents actions and tangible evidence in a service plan. An action flows represent the sequence of actions performed by the actor. Communication flow connects the actions of different actors. In a service blueprint, the areas of action reflects distinct participants such as customers, on-stage staff, backstage employees, support and management are the actors.
Blueprints are treasure maps that help businesses discover weaknesses. Service blueprinting has three main applications. First, new service development, wherein they develop concepts and have market testing. Second, supporting a zero-defects culture by identifying the issues and managing reliable sources. Third, service recovery strategy, where the root cause of the problem is identified. On the other hand, some benefits of service blueprinting includes visualizing intangible services, providing clarity within an ambiguous service landscape, creating a single source of information and truth, revealing interdependencies between components of your service, identifying potential gaps in the service experience, reaching an aligned goal, agreeing upon tactical improvements and action, And lastly, inspiring and empowering your organization to drive meaningful change.
A service blueprint might impact human resources, marketing, and operational decision making as well as the system technology because it shows a pictorial representation that describes processes between the firm and the consumer, and it can be used by the following. Service marketers employ service blueprints in consumer research to identify the key elements that contribute to the customer satisfaction. Human resources use it for the preparation of job descriptions, job specifications, job evaluations, performance standards, trainings and appraisal schemes, and compensation schemes. Operations management uses it as a planning tool that guides how a service will be provided. It is also used in system technology as it provides necessary tools that can be used in system specifications and personal preference databases.
As a component of marketing mix, physical evidence is the location and environment where the customer purchases or consumes the product. It is the environment where the company and customers interact so the service can take place. Originally, this was only relevant to service products, but the distinctions between service and physical products have become blurred. Both service and physical product mechanisms need to be able to control the physical evidence of their items since it contributes to consumer experience. It is a method of controlling and adding value to product by presenting intangible elements. There are various elements of physical evidence you can use to create a desired environment for your customer. The elements are what makes up the components of physical evidence, and these are the items you can use to control and manage the senses of your customers. This may include the following.
Because of the intangible nature of services, customers rely on tangible cues and physical evidences to assess their level of satisfaction. This includes the environment where the customer interacts with the service as well as its internal and external attributes. Here, the Servicescape or the physical facility where the service takes place and other tangible goods are evaluated. An example of this would be an airline service where the Servicescapes consist of the airline gate area, airplane exterior, interior decor, check-in kiosks, and the security screening area. Other tangibles, on the other hand, include tickets, food, and the uniform of the employees. Customers will not only evaluate based on being transported from one place to another, but give ample consideration towards all the other elements observed and felt in the service. All of these must be in harmony to provide the customers with a pleasant experience which can lead to their utmost satisfaction.
Generally, there are two types of Servicescapes. The first type is the Servicescape usage, which consists of three aspects. First, self-service refers to the system of serving oneself in any business. Second, interpersonal service includes service both by the customer and employees. And third, remote service means the delivery of service remotely over the internet through the use of remote access software. The next type is complexity of the Servicescape, which consists of two aspects, the elaborate Servicescapes and the lean Servicescapes. The roles of Servicescape are the following. First, facilitator. The Servicescape acts as a facilitator to help people in their surroundings. Second, socializer. The Servicescape design acts as a perfect socializer between both customer and employees. Third, package. The Servicescape helps to convey the internal image through its outward appearance. And fourth, differentiator. The Servicescape sets provider apart from competition in the mind of the consumers.
Since services are intangible assets, managing physical evidence is very difficult. That's why guidelines must be set to render the service properly. First, physical evidence influences quality of service expectations and perceptions. All service organizations must first understand the importance of physical evidence. Second, anyone involved in providing the service should be able to see and understand their role in the service process. Third, Servicescapes acts as package, broker, socialist, and discriminator. Fourth, elements of physical evidence must be communicated through the service provided. Fifth, once established physical evidence cannot be expected to remain constant. Over time, organizational goals and objectives may need to be updated regularly. And lastly, service management needs to make many decisions about Servicescapes.